Good afternoon, you're cooking with Gma, and today's recipe is a creamy roasted carrot soup. For the tools you'll need in your kitchen to do this, you will need a carrot peeler, a sharp butcher knife for cutting your raw carrots down, your tablespoon, your teaspoon, a pot, a pan, a blender if you have one, and if you don't, a potato masher works just fine for that. The ingredients you're going to need for that is 2 pounds of carrots, a medium-sized onion, type of onion is your preference. You're going to need butter or margarine, 3 tablespoons of oil, 1 tablespoon in one, 2 tablespoons in the other, your mixture of your cumin, salt, garlic. If you choose to, you can use turmeric. It is an optional spice, and also the garlic powder. Once you've peeled your carrots, we're also going to need a dish for cooking those carrots. So you can use a flat pan or a deep dish, whichever you so choose. You're going to cut them up and add your 2 tablespoons of oil and your teaspoon of salt, and you're going to sprinkle it on, mix it up. You're going to cut your onions into little pieces, and that extra tablespoon of oil is going to go into a frying pan. While your onions are frying in the frying pan to a clear, consistent color, we're going to put our carrots into the oven at 400 degrees, and we're going to roast them between 25 and 40 minutes, depending on how thin you sliced your carrots. So while our onions are roasting on the pan, we're going to add those seasonings that we want to include: your cumin, your garlic, your salt, and turmeric if you so wish. And we're going to stir that, and we're going to let that cook up until the onions are nice and clear. And we get a little bit of a fry on the bottom because we're going to use that in the soup. So while the onions are cooking away there, we're going to add our 4 cups, which is 1 container, of 900 milliliters of any type of broth or water that you want to use. I'm using beef for color and, of course, flavor. There we go. We can top off the rest. It's just a little extra. We're going to take that over to the stove. We're going to turn that on medium until those onions are done. So they're almost done now. And once those are done, we're going to add these onions into the pot of broth. And we're just going to leave it on medium while those carrots are roasting in the oven. The onions going into the broth while those carrots finished off. So once your carrots are fork tender, about 25 to 40 minutes, depending on your slicing, this would be 40 minutes in your oven at 400. You're going to go ahead and pop it into the mixture with your onions. Some of the roasted carrots would be much darker if you didn't use the parchment paper. The parchment paper keeps a lot of the original color. So once our soup has come to a boil, and it has boiled for 15 minutes consecutively, we're going to take this and transfer it over to our processor. We're going to blend it on high with our lowest setting and blend that until it runs clear. And if we don't have a blender, we can go ahead and mash with that, because 5 minutes with a good masher will take you to the consistency of a cream anyways. So you don't need the blender, you can have a masher. And if you don't have a masher, use the biggest fork in your kitchen. So once our mixture has been cooled and blended, we're going to go ahead and put it back on the pot, and we're going to cook it just for about 3 to 5 minutes. It's a nice thick consistency, and after that 3 to 5 minutes, it will be done. So once our soup is complete, we're going to dish this beautiful creamy roasted carrot soup up. I like to top mine with a little bit of sour cream or whipping cream and a little dash of parsley. There you go. Enjoy.